Today we are at Landers shopping for the recipes that you have asked for. We are actually making 4 salmon recipes in one video. So let's go back to the studio.
Crazy girl, that's all love, believe you me. That's all love's gonna be. That's all love, believe you me.
Today is all about efficiency. What we want to try to do when you're eating healthy or when you want quick meals is to try to reduce the number of ingredients that you're going to use while building, adequate flavor, something that's really tasty but also good for you at the end. So I've been reading a lot of the comments that we've been getting online on social media, and a lot of people want really quick salmon recipes. So I thought, all right, in this video, I'm going to give you 4 different recipes that are quite easy to do, and I'm going to add an additional challenge to myself by only using 4 additional ingredients. Obviously, I'm not going to count salt and pepper, and I'm not going to count the salmon. But aside from those 3, I can only use 4 more ingredients to add to the dish. Not only is it fast, but it's also tasty, and it's also really good for you. So let's get it over with. So the first one we're going to do is a salmon that's baked in the oven. Some people call it salmon papillote. Usually you would use parchment paper. Today I don't have parchment paper, unfortunately. I'm going to use wax paper, and hopefully it works. So I'm going to cut a piece, fold it in half. I'm going to grab whatever vegetable you want to use. So I'm going to use some broccoli. I'm going to make them nice and small so that they cook quite quickly. Keep this to the side. To that we're going to add 1 white onion. So this is ingredient number 2. 1 lemon. We're going to place the salmon fillet right on top. Important to note that this is skinless on both sides. You don't really need oil, since the oil from the salmon is going to help cook the vegetables. Now all we got to do is actually pack everything together. That goes into a tray. It then goes into the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes at around 425 Fahrenheit. So the salmon in the wax paper should be done, and that's kind of exactly what we're looking for. It looks absolutely great. So we can go ahead and transfer everything, season it with some salt and pepper, and I'm going to hit it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And that's dish 1 done. Super clean, super tender. Exactly what you want for like a quick lunch or a quick dinner. Yum. I could eat this every day, easy. Second way of cooking it, also going to take about 10 minutes, is a quick poach. Really simple. Add some water that's warming up here before it gets too warm. We're going to go ahead and add some very quick aromatics. So I've got 1 carrot, I got 1 red onion. So that I'm just going to bring to a boil and then reduce it to a very, very light simmer. With this recipe, we're going to serve it with a really quick and simple salad, so tomatoes and onions. So 1 really thinly sliced onion, a couple slices of some cherry tomatoes, salt, black pepper, and then just great quality olive oil. Toss all that together. Once that's all tossed, keep it aside. Our poaching liquid now is nice and warm. We're then going to take a nice skinless piece of salmon again, place that in really shallow, and we're going to try to keep it at this heat for about 8 minutes. Dish number 2, the poached salmon. So we have our beautiful simple salad. Because we left it out for about maybe 8-10 minutes, it should be nice and mild now, which is really important. Then we're going to go ahead and scoop out the salmon. You want to be really careful not to break it. Salmon goes on. Some salt, some black pepper. I feel like limiting the number of ingredients actually makes it fun because you don't have to think too much about it. And that's basically it. It's as simple as that. 4 ingredients, as I said: onions, carrots, tomatoes, onions, and yeah, a little bit of oil. Okay, I cheated with the oil, but it's not that important. Dish 2, done. Next one's gonna be a really simple one, just a seared. So I have a couple cloves of garlic here. I have some beautiful fresh kangkong, one of my favorite ingredients. Just kind of cut it up like that. You don't want it to be too long in your pan. Then we're gonna take a nice pan, some oil, wait for that to get hot. We'll add our garlic and kangkong. For this salmon, really simple. This time we're gonna use the one with the skin on, just because we're gonna be cooking it while searing it on its skin. That way it protects the meat from overcooking and getting too charred, and also you can get kind of like that middle interior that's still a little raw, which I like. And to this I'm gonna be using a spice mix. This is the Salmon Tropical, I believe from a brand called Badia. I'm gonna take a lot of that spice mix. There's no sodium in here, no salt, some pepper, and then some salt. Got a pan here with some oil. I'm gonna be generous. Get this to medium heat and start cooking the salmon. So now all we're gonna do is add a little bit of salt and some pepper to the kangkong. Once your salmon can move around like that and it's released a lot of its oil, what we're gonna do, a couple ways you can do this. So if you come closer, you'll see that the white has kind of risen almost to the top of the salmon, and that's an indication for me that it's almost there. What I'm gonna do is use some of this oil to kind of confit the top. At this point, if I didn't have an ingredient limitation, I would add some herbs, maybe some thyme, some oregano, just to make it really beautiful, but we're gonna try to stay within the rules. Okay, it's been about 3 to 5 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and check on the salmon in the oven. Look at that, is gorgeous. Now all we gotta do is plate. I got my kangkong. We're gonna go ahead and add our salmon, but if you look here, look at that perfect crust. That's exactly what we want. And there you have it, dish number 3, simple, beautiful, healthy, done. The best part about it is if I cut it in the middle, you also get just a beautiful chunk and beautiful cooked piece of salmon as well. Last but not least, if you're super lazy and you want something really quick, this is the fastest salmon recipe I could come up with. So I'm gonna chop up some spring onions. That goes into a bowl. To that, I'm gonna add some beautiful sesame oil. We're gonna be generous here because this is where most of the flavor will come in the dish. Some good quality soy sauce. And just for a bite of acidity, a little bit of rice vinegar. Mix all that together. Next, we're gonna go ahead and chop up our salmon. Obviously, to eat raw salmon, you wanna try to get the freshest cut as possible. Cut kind of like 1-inch slices of it, and then cube those up as much as you can. And then I'm gonna mix that into the bowl. You don't really need to add salt now because we already have some soy sauce in there. It's just black pepper, good measure. This over some brown rice is a win every day, all day. Balanced, fresh, has a little kick to it because of the rice vinegar. It's overall really nice. So there you have it. 4 recipes. The longest one took 10 minutes, using 4 ingredients per dish. Well, 4 ingredients plus salt, pepper, maybe some oil. So yeah, it's really kind of like, that's the way I like to approach healthy cooking when I'm cooking for myself. It's not necessarily about all the bells and whistles that you add to the dishes or all the flavor that you add to the dishes. If you have a beautiful product like salmon already, just add a little bit to it just to make it a bit more interesting so that you don't get bored with it, and make it something that you can cook for yourself every day really easily with no hassle whatsoever, because that's what's gonna help you really achieve those fat loss goals or just eating more nutritious food. We're thinking of doing more of these videos where we cram a lot of recipes into one video, so if you guys are interested, do let us know in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.